The amount of renewable energy being generated globally is massively increasing, and this is being driven by reduced costs of technology and increasing efficiency. So this is particularly true for residential solar generation. So what are we going to do with all this extra renewable energy that we generate? Well, we obviously need to find a way to store it. Early on, we foresaw that lots of companies would be making or manufacturing batteries, but that the key to unlocking energy storage and allowing us to integrate more renewables into the grid would be intelligent connected devices, like the one you see here, that would make our energy storage smart. Stepping back, one of the key challenges to incorporating renewables into the grid has always been to deal with the intermittency of generation. That's why for decades, we've been building large fossil fuel-fired power stations to generate the energy we need. The problem is, they're costly, they take a long time to build, and they contribute significantly to pollution and global warming. We imagined a better way. Instead of building a coal-fired power plant, we could build something we call a consumer power station. And a consumer power station uses the existing residential solar generation in addition to a battery we install at the house. The consumer power station can be built incrementally, ensuring that communities are increasingly energy self-sufficient. Over time, the consumer power station can grow to include hundreds of thousands or millions of individual solar and battery systems in exactly the location that you need them, delivering the energy and services that you need. This revolution is being unlocked by the availability of residential lithium-based storage technology. These batteries are being manufactured all over the world, in countries like China, the US, South Korea, and Japan. And they're being driven down in cost by the global increase in manufacturing of electric vehicles. To take advantage of this, we're developing residential energy gateways. So an energy gateway is simply an inexpensive computer connected to the internet that can run smart software and algorithms. By connecting these devices together, we have a distributed system that can take advantage of advances in artificial intelligence and machine learning. For example, our system can intelligently pre-charge batteries based on the local weather. It can offset household energy consumption during periods of peak energy tariffs. And it can sell energy back to the grid. Importantly, having fleets of aggregated energy storage is the missing puzzle piece that allows us to solve really significant problems that we're facing in our electricity grid and providing those services to markets, utilities, and consumers alike. So this technology is already working in Australia, and by combining energy storage with an energy gateway, consumers can sell energy back to markets, into wholesale electricity markets. They can provide services to transmission and distribution networks. And ultimately, we can create new ways to transact, to buy and sell energy. So this technology is already working, but there are important market and regulatory changes that are needed to ensure its widespread adoption. Globally, there are also important deregulation activities to make it viable everywhere. Critically though, the technology we've developed can also be used to underpin the deployment of microgrids and embedded networks globally. Consumers are a powerful force in enacting change. And we've seen this in the last decade in their adoption of technology like mobile phones. Ultimately, consumers are going to drive the evolution of our electricity grid into the future through their adoption of this and other new technologies. Australia's on track to deliver 1 million batteries into our grid by 2020. That's a 5 gigawatt power station capable of delivering up to 15% of our national electricity needs. Together with other forms of storage, we're seeing for the first time the opportunity to actually turn off fossil fuels altogether and run a 100% renewable electricity grid. Already in Australia, thousands of customers have this technology, and it's growing day by day, an incrementally growing consumer power station delivering energy and services to those who need it. Imagine an internet of energy using the existing infrastructure that's cheaper and more efficient to operate. Imagine an energy system that can deliver cheaper and more widely available clean energy to everyone. Imagine an energy system that can put power back in the hands of consumers.